Hello, everyone. We will be starting in the next minute, so please get ready, find your seats, and we should start very, very soon. Hello, guys. Okay, we are finally ready. Shall we? Hello, 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 hello. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, quick introduction actually before we start. My name is Victor. Probably some of you already know me, and I'm really happy to see like some familiar faces here. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Really exciting to have this full room. So I lead business development on Ton, specifically on the payment side. And today we are hosting this meetup to discuss not just payments, but also DeFi. And we're going to start with Alina. So please, round of applause for Alina, who will tell us about our ecosystem. She's going to give us a brief overview about Ton, where we are, and where we're heading. So Alina, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Oops, too early. All right. Hello, guys. Very happy to be here. Also, I think I'll start with the point that I absolutely love this place, and I hope you love it too, because DAO's Hubs has been an extremely supportive team who literally help us set up everything. And also, for those that don't know, we have office at the 52nd floor here. So for anyone who's considering to have a space here as well, highly recommend, my personal recommendation. Very happy to see you here today. I hope you're not exhausted after this week, and I also hope that it was productive for all of you. I really like the concept of the event that we figured out for this time, because it's gonna be more about like brainstorming, like sharing experiences. We hope to get a lot of questions from you further on, but we'll definitely start with some overview presentations so that you also can understand what we are planning for you. And we definitely consider you an intrinsic part of the ecosystem for 2025. So I'll start with the overall strategy that is coming from us, from the Tom Foundation, but we really, really need and want to hear your feedback, your support, and your involvement. So let's start with a few numbers and with a kind of a quick overview of what has been happening recently, namely in last year. So 2024 was definitely fully about growth for Ton. Like many people finally learned about Ton, understood the opportunity, the potential. So we now have more than 350 teams building in the ecosystem. 120 teams participated in our major incentive program last year, which was the Open League, which really drove the growth of the ecosystem up to a certain point. And then if we think about what was the key driving force behind those amazing numbers and the activity that we managed to achieve in the ecosystem, those were essentially three things. The first one was definitely gaming and those simple gaming apps that we saw last year, tap to earn apps with more than 100 million MAU. And then, which is the most relevant for our today's meeting, those were DeFi protocols and payment apps, and especially USDT coming to Ton natively. Talk about DeFi, for those of you who are with us from the very beginning, you remember that back in 2023, you could only find less than 10 DeFi protocols on Ton, on DeFi Llama. Now we have even more than 50. I think it's up to 58 or 9 at this point, which is great. So we really saw new kind of protocols, new kind of use cases last year. And so this year we'll be working mainly on improving them and on interconnecting them between each other. So that's all great. We love talking about our achievements, right? We're very proud of them. But what is next? What do we want to focus on in 2025? We kind of figured out a very simple strategy, which consists of 5 major pillars, key verticals that we really recommend you look into. The first one is gaming. Of course, we never forget about games, which has been a major use case for Ton up till now. The second pillar is Telegram in-app economy, which is really exciting. I hope that you guys have some Telegram gifts on your Telegram profile, so probably you also converted them into NFTs already. Stickers, very exciting thing. We hope to see them on-chain very soon. Finally, usernames and SocialFi. So under this vertical, we mean everything that is connected to Telegram unique exclusive economy, which can easily be integrated and like give additional utility to, for example, games and even payments and probably even DeFi. And then those three things that we're going to be focusing on today, which are simplified DeFi, payments, and AI. Well, AI is not really the topic of today's conversation and today's event, but we all understand that AI can greatly help with whatever we're doing in our lives. So let's go in more detail regarding DeFi and payments. I'm on purpose keeping GameFi and Telegram in-app economy, but if you're interested, I can share materials, and also you'll hear the official strategy very soon once we release it in the upcoming weeks. So let's start with payments, the case on which I'm probably mostly bullish, and Victor is going to be talking a lot about it today. But to cut a long story short, we want to bring all different payments apps with different types of use case and utility onto a single platform inside Telegram. Could be Tom wallets, could be other distribution platforms, but the idea here is that the user comes to this single platform, to this app, and then they can on-ramp money easily in one click. Then they can purchase some goods and services, earn cash back, for example, as they can do with Ton Cash. I think the guys are somewhere here, or probably will come soon. Right, they can on-ramp. I'm giving an example here. The guys from Alinax are going to be presenting today, I think. So one-click experience, you on-ramp your fiat into crypto, and you can use it on that single platform. So once again, purchasing goods and services, purchasing gift cards, right? Like sending money cross-border in a very easy, smooth, and seamless way. And then also having your crypto debit and potentially, and I hope soon, credit cards as well, making use of your DeFi assets as collateral to spend money in real life. This is something that Holders is headed to, and then RedotPay, from whom we're going to hear today as well. So those kind of experiences, right? So each use case is a separate mini app that would be aggregated on a single platform, which would be exactly like the key point here, right? Like you get instant distribution, access to that 1 billion Telegram audience that we keep on talking about. And then the second category is simplified DeFi, and luckily we're going to have Vlad talking about it more today. But the idea here is to bring real sustainable yield from real world, so essentially bringing real world assets or RWA to Ton, integrate them into DeFi to ensure smooth experience. Yeah, and offer this, one-click investment opportunity and experience to our users. You already heard great news, I hope, that was it yesterday? I'm a bit lost during this week. I think yesterday, Athena was announced, right? So they came to Ton. They're going to be integrated in our DeFi, and you can essentially tap into the yield that Athena is offering in one single click inside a mini app. And then such cases as Midas, for example, who tokenizes yield from T-bills, from American treasuries, also from liquid funds that they work with, and other use cases like tokenizing real estate, commodities, stocks, forex, etc., right? And then bringing all those experiences into single mini apps and integrating those assets into DeFi smoothly. So that's the second thing. And then how does it look like, let's say, on a map? So thanks to the development of the payments vertical, we're going to have borderless transactions and rewarding purchases. Here, I mean like loyalty programs and cashback, right? And then thanks to DeFi and RWA in our action plan, on that side, we're going to have sustainable yield for for retail users, all inside our favorite messenger. So that's the idea for 2025, and this is something that we're going to be focusing on largely in the next year. And then the cherry on top, that's probably really step like forward and for the future. But imagine also AI agents being interconnected with those experiences that I mentioned to ensure that users get an easy entry into all those. Even though we will be trying to make those cases very, very simple, like super easy, but still guiding the user in the right way. And just enriching experience of retail users from Telegram on Ton in those mini apps. And a few words on how we are going to be supporting teams in 2025. So this is the kind of the new approach about which you're going to hear more in the upcoming weeks as well. But the whole idea here is that depending on the stage that your project is currently at, you'll be getting different types of support from Tom Foundation and other affiliated institutions. So if you're still like at the bottom stage or only starting out, like building your product, being at the pre-MVP or MVP stage, you can smoothly enter the ecosystem through Ton Nest, which is our flagship educational and networking program. So you can get access to pitch sessions within the program, different workshops, small competitions, and definitely get support in hubs, which are our original units across the world. Then, once you're at the growing stage, where we mean that you already have some decent traction, you tested your first hypothesis, and you're kind of ready to embrace more users and increase the visibility, you can get access to our marketing support, featuring in Telegram App Center, get introductions to VCs from our network, get help with Telegram verification, more mentorship, and stuff like that. And then ultimately, our strategy is going to be picking very like teams with the highest potential across those 5 verticals that I was mentioning at the very beginning, including DeFi and payments, of course, and providing them really like tailored one-to-one support, including grants, including introductions to top-tier VCs and top-level marketing. So those teams are going to be working very tightly, like directly with our vertical leads, like Lard, like Victor and others, and yeah, getting just the highest level of support with the final goal of turning them into the champions of the ecosystem. And all those opportunities and different ecosystem support programs that I mentioned are going to be available on our Ton Builders portal or ecosystem portal. We're building it a bit to make it more accessible, more easy to get any kind of support from. Shall be ready quite soon. And if you are ready to make this amazing revolution with us, please stay with us. Please be in touch. Please share the use cases you're building, any problems, any issues you have. We're always there. And I hope that this event is going to be effective and productive, and it's going to be about brainstorming and really like an open dialogue and coming up with new ideas of what we're going to build together in 2025. This is the QR code that's going to direct you to the ecosystem portal that I was showing. So if you have a project on Ton, you can register there and get all the support that you guys want. Thank you so much, and I wish you an amazing day with us.
Thank you so much, Alina. So I'll just follow up and continue with payments as soon as we have it in the screen. Okay, we have it. So let me actually start by saying that I do have a few things to share with you guys about payments. What is the direction that we're going in terms of supporting the ecosystem? But the most interesting part of the entire payment stuff, it will be certainly the demos and the presentations from some of the teams that are already building in the ecosystem. So please stay to the end because I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. All right, so how did it start? It all started April last year, exactly 1 year ago. We had this breakthrough moment on Ton ecosystem. A lot of people were looking forward to this moment, which was having a native stablecoin being issued on Ton. And that started 1 year ago when this was presented at Token last year. Since then, we have accomplished so many big milestones. Over 106 platforms already integrated USDT Ton, so you can broadly find it either in global exchanges like Binance, OKX, Bybit, global on-ramps like onramp.money, Mercurio, of course, especially through the wallet in Telegram, but also in very local platforms like Brazilian local exchanges, African platforms like in Southeast Asia, like many local platforms that allows for easy and seamless on and off ramp through local payment methods. And this is really important for us because Telegram has a huge user base, especially across the global south, Southeast Asia, Latin, Africa, and we want to make sure all these people can be empowered with USDT on Ton. And it is, for this to happen, it's crucial that they can on and off ramp easily. Um, and then, of course, this combination of layers that only Ton can provide, which is blockchain as the ownership, the main layer that supports builders' projects to build as mini apps, the middle layer, and distribution, of course, through the entire Telegram ecosystem. This is really something unique, and the way that we're gonna empower everyone in the world with borderless, truly borderless money. We set now our commitment to support some very specific verticals across our ecosystem. These being solutions that support stablecoin to fiat payment rails. So imagine that you as a merchant, you don't have to worry about stablecoins because there will be a platform that will be supporting this transaction, taking the USDT and helping the payout to the merchant in local fiat currency. On and off ramps, of course, that should be easy and accessible, not just through cards, but again, through local payment methods, through local wallets, which are, in some regions, actually even more adopted than cards. No USD stablecoins, and of course, ramps to it. We know that there are great use cases for USD stablecoins, especially in emerging economies. I'll speak for Brazil, for example. Inflation is high, and a lot of people feel much more confident in having its reserves in a USD stablecoin. However, it's not really suitable for payments, right? You use it as a reserve, but you don't want to exchange it like every day or every minute that you need to make a payment. So local stablecoins will be crucial, not just to promote like daily payments use cases, but also cheaper on and off ramp. So on ramp to local stablecoin should be one-to-one to pair it to the local stablecoin, and this will make a much more efficient market for swaps between local stablecoins, tokenized stablecoins, and USD stablecoins. And of course, marketplaces, like solutions where you can spend your crypto assets, especially stablecoins, to pay for travels, to pay for gift cards, and everything you want to. There are two specific areas that I'm really bullish moving forward. I think these areas that I've presented, they settle the base layer and the necessary infrastructure for everything else to happen. And as we move forward and as we grow as an industry around Web3 and payments, these two verticals, earn and credit, it will be crucial so we can really leverage the neobank kind of approach through Web3. Earn, I don't think I have to say much about it. Pretty straightforward, especially with 18 USDE now on Ton. This will offer a range of opportunities to users, but especially credit. I want to put some emphasis on this. This is something that TradFi knows how to do really well for decades. And even though we already have the kind of, the layers and the necessary infrastructure for this to happen, like on-chain, like with DeFi protocols and stuff, we lack many end-user applications that actually provides this type of solution. So simply putting, I have my Toncoin, I have my Bitcoin, and I really want to use it as a collateral. I wanted to continue being exposed to Bitcoin's volatility, to Toncoin's volatility, hopefully to the upside, of course. And at the same time, I also want to use it for payments, right? But what's the point if I cannot use it as a collateral so a platform can give me credit and next month I can repay it? So I'm really looking forward to end-user solutions, to products that will help users to go into this new frontier. And I really believe this will be a breakthrough so neobanks on Web3 can actually thrive. Very important, and now as we move to this next stage of payments through Telegram, as mini apps, of course, it's a must-have component, right? And simply putting, the UX it gets so much improved on by simply switching between mini apps instead of switching between like different apps on your phone. So of course the whole mini app infra, but more important than that, Tone Connect. So we want users to continue to engage on chain, and Tone offer all the capabilities for this to happen. Transactions are fast, are cheap, and we don't want to take users to solutions where that are simply and purely custodial, right? We want to continue empowering them to be the owner of their own assets. And Tone Connect is that bridge, is that connection to the on-chain world. So we really want to push applications to integrate with Tone Connect so users can continue to using their non-custodial wallets on Tone ecosystem. A few best practices and that we've been observing across the ecosystem that has been successful in onboarding and promoting adoption. Say, for example, you already have a platform that is, that does many things. The key point for converting users is tackling that one use case that will help with this very specific pain point. So we really prefer to support applications that will sort of, unbundle everything and provide one simply, easy, but useful functionality. So instead of having everything on a mini app, please prefer to be very accurate on the problem that you are proposing to solve. I think login, as we know, and we've been, probably everyone in the room has seen this picture about like Web 1 login, Web 2 login, and Web 3 login, right? But still, we haven't seen this, happening in real life. And with mini apps, I think we have a great chance to push applications to really go into the Web 3 full frontier and having Tone Connect as the standard for login and avoiding all these unnecessary steps. And a very successful approach that was introduced by Notcoin and other games, and it's huge strength across the ecosystem, being Telegram a social application, is the use of social mechanics. And that's, of course, the cheapest and most effective way to onboard users. So if a friend tells you about a product, you're much more compelled to use it rather than if you just see an ad on anywhere. I want to share to you guys few cases, but just simply putting, just so we can picture what I'm talking about. So this is Normis. This is an on-ramp and off-ramp from Indonesia. So you can easily buy and sell USDT using your Indonesian rupee, paying through and receiving through local wallets. Also, Uquid. This is a marketplace for gift cards. You can buy gift cards for different purposes, paying with your USDT on Tone. And by the way, paying through your non-custodial wallet. And yeah, of course, through Tone Connect, you don't, of course, you don't need to bother about like copying and pasting addresses like back and forth. You just connect your wallet and then next, and payment is done. Jagged, also on and off ramp from Indonesia, but beyond that, they have their own local stablecoin, which is JIDR. So for daily payments, you will be using JIDR. For reserves, remittances, you can easily swap between JIDR and USDT on Tone. SwapPix, you probably heard about Pix, the standard payment method in Brazil. So through SwapPix, you can scan, you can connect your wallet that carries USDT, and then by scanning a Pix QR code, you simply complete the payment, and SwapPix does the rest and provides the payout to the merchants. There's Satoshi Tango as well, on and off-ramp platform from Argentina. You get the best rates paying with local bank transfers. And this one I am particularly very excited about, which is Bitso. Probably you guys, some of you guys in the room have heard about it. It's a large local exchange with footprint across Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. So more than on and off ramp to and from Mexican pesos, Brazilian reais, Colombian pesos, you will also have the capabilities of holding and earning on top of MXNB, which is their own stablecoin. So it's a really complete set of products for local users to take advantage. And by the way, Mexico and US being probably one of the biggest remittance corridors worldwide, there's huge utility, especially with TonSpace rolling out now in the US. And how we want to support builders. First and foremost with distribution, right? So through Telegram App Center, we'll have a new dedicated section where users on Telegram will be able to find about each of these applications. We also want to push users, we also want to support these applications by bringing users through incentivized campaigns. So if your project is a tier 1 project, and you can get the most of our support, and we will be more than happy to support you guys with campaigns that will incentive users to try your mini app and be rewarded for that. We want to go beyond with co-marketing and not just do a post or a retweet or anything like that, but we want to work closely with you guys with different strategies to make sure everyone in that region knows about your mini app and how your mini app project can leverage, can accelerate financial democratization. And of course, tech and product support for whatever you guys need. We have a team that is always willing to help. So that's it. Again, I think you guys will be much more excited about the demos that we'll have very soon. And thank you very much. I wanna continue by introducing Vlad, our DeFi lead, and he will be speaking to us on the intersections of DeFi and payments. So Vlad, welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you very much, Alona. So the guys back near the bar would love to ask your attention for a couple minutes. You will enjoy it. Today we're going to talk about the DeFi, and I will show you a few use cases, and we will talk about our strategy for 2025, finally in real examples, how it could work and what we're looking for, and how the Ton ecosystem could be different from other ecosystems. Believe, I like it very much. So I will start with some kind of warm introduction. We all know crypto in every pocket, our slogan, our motto, but no, games in every pocket. There is last year, not crypto, games, tap to earns. Okay, there's another one thing, very attractive for the users. Then DeFi in every pocket. But what exactly DeFi in every pocket means? It means savings in every pocket, and it means yield in every pocket. This is most important, yield in every pocket. And that's the general idea how we could use the Telegram to distribute savings and yields to every pocket. And I want to again ask guys near the bar, please stop talking, or you could talk after that. We will have a networking, or you can go outside. Thank you very much. So from the last year, we had from 12 to 55 DeFi protocols around the Ton ecosystem. And this is dramatically grows. But we are not seeing all of this. Why? Because the market is distracting us. It's very, very much destructive. Just last 2 months, the BTC going down, the BTC going up, Ethereum going down. We are spending so much time focusing on the charts, focusing on the news, elections, tariffs, and we are missing the 35 new protocols on Ton DeFi. And that's actually the main point how the DeFi usually grows. We can go to any chain on DeFi Llama and we will find that how they are competing. They are competing in functions, usually. The best perps, the best bridge, the best IMM, updated IMM, V4 hooks. So they're trying to compete in terms of the speed, in terms of the capital efficiency, and in terms of the functions. If we want to create another one L2 or another one L1, we just need to replicate it and make it better and give incentives. And then we are able to compete for who? For Ethereum OG, who provided liquidity early before in Uniswap, in Earn Finance, then went to PancakeSwap, and then maybe we'll go to Bira Chain. Or maybe we'll go to Ton. But for what? Just for the APR. Unless the APR is good, we still in farming liquidity. The APR is bad, we're going out. And that's how chains are growing and dying. Remember Moonbeam? Remember Moonriver? That's how it works. And in terms of the functions, yes, we can see this pattern, but we do need to have all of these tools on each ecosystem, and we need to have these tools on Ton. So that was the slide from the Gateway presentation last year. The green one, what was done those time, and the blue, what's we're working on. And during the last half of the year, we finished all of the things. So we do have already CLMMs, Tonka. Soon gonna be Titan. We do have CFMMs, Dexes, the Torsion, the Crouton. We do have already Breach. We do have CDPs. We do have yield farming. We do have our own bundle finance. It's FIVA protocol. And this core functional level is finished. But the thing is that the Ton blockchain don't want to compete with Arbitrum or Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum for Ethereum or G and for the old capital. The Ton blockchain want to activate Telegram user inside of the Ton ecosystem. And because of this, the structure of our ecosystem, it's way more different than in other ecosystems. And now I will explain you the vision of the strategy, how the structure is different, because this is usually how DeFi looks on every chain. Yield in every pocket. That's the main motto. So the structure of the Ton ecosystem gonna be divided into 3 layers. The first underlying layer, there is the layer of the yield generation applications. The thing is that in this layer, there is a mostly scalable opportunities to generate yield. We're looking for RVA tokenized yield. It could be yield-bearing stables. It could be leveraged staking, farming vaults. It could be aggregators. It could be even bridged yield from anywhere, off-chain or any other chain on Ton. That's the layer of yield which we could distribute. But then we need to have all of this functional DeFi layer for what? To leverage this yield. So if we do have the yield source, how to make more yield? We could use lending protocol, or we could create leveraged staking. We could get more yield. Okay, then we wanna go from USDT or from any other chain. For this, we need bridges, we need aggregators, we need DEXs. And there's the core functional layer. And this is already looking like successful ecosystem, but the problem is that the Telegram users don't understand what is the impermanent loss and what is the interest rates and what means lending, borrowing, what the seed phrase, how to open, all of these things, very, very complicated. Because of this, there is a third layer, and there is a Ton mini apps layer with banking applications, saving applications, PayFi wallets, some yield gaming applications, and that's the idea of the Ton ecosystem and how it could look like for the retail user. To generate the yield, to leverage this yield and make it accessible, and to distribute it to the Ton mini apps. And we need use cases to build it. We need use cases like a Notcoin, like Kitizen, like Hamster, to build the things. In the top level, we are competing not with Uniswap, not with Aave. We are competing with neobanks. Because a Telegram is an application in mostly each mobile phone. It means you do have already embedded neobank in each mobile phone, embedded yield, embedded savings, and we are competing with them. And they do have just one simple solution: save, invest. They don't want to ask you to create a seed phrase. They don't explain you what is the price impact, slippage, impermanent loss, all of these buttons. They don't doing this. They're just giving you one button. And that's the idea. So right now, a bit more complicated discussion about the use cases. So we will start from the final real yield layer, and we will describe how it's going to work a bit more deeply. So for example, user could provide liquidity, USDT, into the minting contract. And from the minting contract, users' USDT will go to real world assets yield source. It could be T-bonds. They generate yield, but they giving this yield to the staking contract. And user, while it provides USDT to minting contract, he receives it minted stable coin. It could be, it's like a tenor, it could be USDE, XUSD, doesn't matter. And then the yield goes to yield-bearing stable coin to the user. So that's the example how usually works yield-bearing stablecoins, Ethena or USDY or Midas stables. Then the third layer, how we could do leverage, how we can get leverage staking on this. Very easy. User will go with this yield-bearing stablecoin, supplying assets to the lending protocol, borrow it minted stablecoin, and then stake it in the staking contract back here. And we could do several cycles. We can get much more APR than in just staking contract natively. And the final idea is how it could be distributed. So that's the mini app, very similar looking to the banking and saving mini app, just a neobank. You could have your wallet, you could have your card, you could have just simple send receive, earn, you're able to stake your USDT. For example, safe staking, there's a native staking of the yield-bearing stable, and boosted staking with a leveraged opportunity. And it could be opportunities down back. There, it could be integration with cashback services, could be integration with gaming, could be integration with trading. So from this mini app, you could go whatever you want. And that's the idea and the description of those tires. So that's how it looks. That's the vision. And that's the idea how to utilize retail from Telegram into the Ton DeFi ecosystem. Thank you very much. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you so much. That was very insightful, actually. I had never seen this presentation before, and yeah, really insightful. Thank you so much, Vlad. All right, guys, so to wrap up the keynotes, we'll have Alex from DAO's Hub. She will be telling us a little bit more about this beautiful ecosystem. And then right after that, we will go for the demo sessions. That's going to be the best part, I promise. So Alex, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Victor. Hi, everyone. My name is Alexandra. I'm leading events here at DAO's Hub. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Oh, I don't know, like I don't have anything. I don't have. I'm going to be very short. Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, thank you guys for joining. I know it's been a very eventful week, so I'm definitely not going to be taking a lot of your time. I see a lot of new faces in the room, which is always super exciting. So I would just like to take a moment and share a bit of who we are and what we do here at DAO's Hub. So basically, DAO's, it's a members-only collaboration hub for the Web3 startup community. And we are built on one core principle, which is validation. Our every member, every founder goes through the vetting process to ensure that we maintain this trusted and high-valued like environment here. For us, it's very important that the members that we have here, you know, are sharing the same values, share this like the same like principles, and that's why a lot of you might think that we're just like a co-working space or we're just a like events venue, but actually we are more of
an ecosystem that was purposely built for the early stage startups. We do offer the beautiful spaces, the beautiful offices. We offer the like networking areas, the hot desk area, and we are heavily focusing here on the events. We're co-hosting events, for example, such as this one, with the founders and with our like ecosystem partners. So if it's something that is like interesting for you, if you would like to join us, we definitely would like to have you. Of course, after you will be passing our validation process. So yeah, please scan your code, scan our code. If you haven't done so, we'll be more than happy to have you. And thank you. I hope you're gonna enjoy the event. As promised, not taking any more of your time. My team and I, we're gonna be here during the networking session. So if you have any questions, we will be more than happy to chat. Thank you.